Hey, what is up guys? I'm back again with another video. This time I would like to show you how you can edit your long exposure shots. As you can see here on the screen, this is the photograph that I took on the bridge here, and then the cars coming this way, and then the cars coming from the bridge to the highway basically. I just wanted to show you the previous shot. This is the shot that I took, and then I'll just show you the edited version right now. This is the edited version. As you can see, it is just, I really like the details here. I really like how I clarified on these lights here and on the stops as well, because that's the most important part. And I desaturated this part of the photo as well. You can see the purple skies. Firstly, I just increased the saturation with the blue skies, and then I decided to change it to purple. I don't know, it just makes it better. It makes it better looking. It doesn't make it real, of course. It's edited. It's a lot of edit, but still makes it look great. So we're gonna get into this final edit. So let's get it started. Let's not waste a lot of time. Let's get it started. So the first thing I'd like to do is decrease the exposure a bit. It's overly exposed because it was during the day, and we're gonna increase the contrast to 60. We're gonna decrease the we're gonna increase the highlights. We're going to decrease the shadows. We're going to increase the whites because we don't really care about this part of the photo, because then we're going to edit it individually, and we're gonna decrease the exposure on the whole sky and everything. So we now focus on this part of the photo. That's the main thing that we want to do. And now the blacks, we're going to decrease the blacks because we want this to be emphasized. And now, let me just decrease the temperature a bit, just a bit, just like that. We would like to get into the post-edit one that I showed you earlier. So now, clarity, we're gonna just increase the clarity a bit, just about 36, because then we're gonna do it individually. As I said, this is only for like the main photo. This is saturation. We can increase saturation as well now. So we're gonna increase it to about 17, so we can see the colors of the bridge, and we can see the stop signs and everything. I'm gonna prepare my tone curve for the last stage. I always do that. It's my own personal choice. I just prepare it like this, and then I just move into the colors. Now the reds, as you can see, stops changing. So we're gonna increase the reds. Well, 100, yeah, 100. We can change as well the color, but I'm not going to change the color at all, so I'm going to leave it at 0. And the luminance just lightens up. I'm going to decrease it actually, because I want it a bit like the color to be like so pointy. That's what I wanted. Now the oranges, as you can see here, you see how it changes on this side as well. We are going to increase it to 44 right now, and the luminance, we're going to lighten it up big time, because we want a bit of clarity on this side, and it just gives it a bit more light. And I'm not going to change the color because I love it. So the yellows now, there's a bit of a yellow in the light there, and luminance, of course, I'm not going to change anything. I'll leave it as it is. The greens, you can see the bridge changing, so we're going to leave it as it is, because the bridge is aqua color actually. Look at this, and there you go, it's aqua color. So we're gonna increase it actually a bit, and we're gonna change the luminance like that much. We can even like change the color of the bridge. I think I might end up with this color, right? Looks pretty, looks perfect. Now the blues, as you can see here, on the downside, and this bridge sketches them. So we're gonna increase the blues because we want this street type of shot. And now look at the luminance, what we did here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna decrease it that much. This is gonna make sense afterwards, you'll see. It's amazing. Now the blue, look how I changed the color. So I want it to be purple, right? To just match the sky, what we did the last time. There you go, you see it now. It is beautiful. That's what we wanted. This is how you change it here from the colors. Now the purple is not gonna change, of course. It's the color that's been there before. So there was a bit of purple, but we don't really need that because look where it actually changes, because this was from the cars that are coming in. So we're gonna desaturate the purple because at the end we're gonna desaturate this whole part here. So because we want to get the, and now this is the Magneta. You can see the stops here are changing because this was the color of the car. We don't really need that color, so we're gonna leave it like this as it is. Gonna just give it a bit of a light and that's it. Now the highlights, I'm not gonna change anything on the highlights. I don't need any because it's gonna change the whole photo, as you can see. We can still add some. We can still add some purplish highlights. Sounds like a good deal. 4%. That's good. Pretty good. Let me just take this out so I can edit it normally. The shadows, I'm not gonna touch the shadows. I'm gonna just go straight to the sharpening. Just gonna sharpen it up. About 55. Sounds good. And it looks good as well. Of course, as I told you already, there was the profile corrections for the lenses. We're not gonna touch that. And you can level your photos. I always level my photos, but this particular one was shot on a tripod. I'm gonna link it down below in the description. It is actually pretty good mini tripod that you can shoot images like this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move into the best part of the photo, and that's firstly we're gonna lower the exposure on this side of the photo. So basically what I'm doing right now, I'm using this. This only changes the exposure in an area that you would like to do it. So then you can change the exposure, you can change the highlights, and just make it a bit darker. We want it a bit more like film effect, a bit darker, because we want the focus of the photo to be here. So to be right here. Sorry, I'm pointing in the screen. You can't really see it. We want it to be here. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna change this bridge. We're gonna change the color of this bridge. But before that, we're gonna go to the desaturation here first. So you choose your adjustment brush. I mean history brushes in the. Let me just move myself a bit right here. Sorry. So and then I'm gonna just press O again when I showed you in my last video, and I'm gonna just mark the whole thing. Now it's gonna go red. For some reason it is not going red, but it should be. Oh yeah, I know why. My language on my keyboard isn't changed. So now we're gonna desaturate it. Just remove it, and now we are gonna go to the saturation and we're gonna desaturate this part of the photo because we don't really need it. We need people to focus on the center of the photo. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the color of this bridge as well. So I'm gonna push enter. It basically makes a new layer. It's what's called in Photoshop, but this is Lightroom. So now this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna change the color of this bridge here. See how it changes. So we're gonna we're gonna leave the temperature at 0, but we're gonna give it a tint. See how it changes the color. So we want it similar color to our bridge. So what we're gonna do is this, and what we're gonna do is this. What time do I have? I don't really know what time do I have. Oh, I'm 9 minutes in. Let's finish this because I don't want to waste much of your time. And then we're gonna decrease the clarity. So we want the people to focus on this part of the photo. Now the most important part is our lights. What we're gonna do is we're gonna choose the brush again, make it a new one, and choose the lights. is what we're gonna do. There we go. And just this. There we go. And now we are going to use the clarity. So we'll give it, and then we're gonna increase the highlights as well. And we're gonna increase the exposure a bit. We want a bit more exposure, and we're gonna increase the contrast as well. We can change the color or the temperature a bit. We're gonna just make it a bit warmer, and then the dehaze is very good in terms of the long exposure shots. And then we're gonna sharpen it up, of course. You know, it might not make a bit of a difference as far as you can see it here, but usually it does. So now I'm gonna move into the red lights. I changed these ones. Now I'm gonna move into the red lights. So there we go. I marked this. Of course, you can't see the red because it's not a red light. Duh. But let's do it. So now we're gonna expose it a bit. We're gonna increase the contrast, and we're gonna increase the highlights as well. So actually to 100 because we want this to be seen. And now we're gonna. We can increase the whites or we can decrease them. I'm actually gonna decrease them. And now the clarity as well. Let's go ahead and do that because I don't want to ruin it. I'm actually going to decrease it. The sharpness is fine, the dehaze is important. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this like this. 2. And now we are ready with this part. One more thing that you need to edit is this here. It's this right here. It was a bit white, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna change that. We're gonna decrease the exposure a bit because we don't want it, and we're gonna decrease the clarity as well so it stays red and orangey because we want only the stop signs. Of course you can get the whole thing here, but and now if we increase saturation, it will be the reds are winning in this scenario because it's more powerful color, and the sharpness of course. And there you go, you have it guys. There you go. You can certainly go ahead and play with it a bit in terms of the sky. We have another 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and move myself right here. You can play with the sky a bit, so you can mark the sky and just like this, and then there you go. And now when you change it, you can just play with the sky a bit, so we can underexpose it like this, and you can increase the contrast just to make it darker so people can focus on this. So we can use a bit of clarity, and there you go guys, you have it. You have the shot that you want. I absolutely love doing long exposure shots. I started actually only a week ago, my first long exposure shot. Tell me in the comments how do you like this edit, because I absolutely love it. This was the shot that I did, and then the edited version of the shot as well. So you can see the ambulance here coming in the middle, and it's just beautiful. If you want more videos, more tutorials of how I edit my photos, go ahead, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you to have an amazing day today. Bye bye.